Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Doing It with Jason. I'm Jason, and today I'm going to be showing you how to sand. Not just how to sand, but how to get rid of those swirls, those nasty little hooks like that, and like that, and like that. Oh my gosh, those are a wood finisher's nightmare. I'm going to show you how not to have that happen to your next project. Let's get started. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about the orbital sander and how it leaves marks and why it leaves marks. And what I mean by marks are these swirl things that just drive me mad. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that bell, get notified. Next time I have a video, you will be here watching and learning. Okay, so here's the deal. When sanding with an orbital sander, it's going to leave some, I call them fish hooks. The number one cause for these hooks are moving the sander too quickly, back and forth. An amazing rule of thumb that will never let you down is moving the sander at 1 inch per second. Nice and slowly across the piece that you're sanding. So let's break it down real quick. So 1 inch per second. What that means is this sander is, say it's right here. It is right here. Now I'm gonna move it 1 inch. That's an inch. There. Now the speed that I should have went from here to here should have taken me 1 second. Therefore, if I have to sand from, let's say here to here, 1 second per inch. So therefore, if this is 10 inches, although most guys would think this is probably much, much more, it should take me 10 seconds to go from here to here. So there's the 1 inch per second. Now a second big deal about sanding and not having these nasty hooks is due to bad sandpaper choice. What I mean by that is you do not jump all over the place with the sanding grit. You're going to want to start at 80, and then once you're done with 80, you're going to move to 100 or possibly 120. You want to go in small increments. You never want to go from 80 to 220 or 220 back down to 60. So you do not want to jump with sanding. I don't mean like physically jump, I mean jumping grits. You may think you're saving time, but you're not. Just like moving at 1 inch per 1 second rule, you don't want to be doing this. Same deal with jumping grits. You do not want to go from 80 to 150. Like, hey, look, I sanded the whole thing down with 80. Now I'm going to go to 150. Very bad idea. What's going to happen is the 80 grit, when it's orbiting in this random fashion from our lovely random orbital sander, you need a grit that's going to eat the 80 away. And then after the 80 is eaten away by, like, let's say 120, you're going to want to go to 150 to get rid of those 120 hooks. So that is rule number 2. And rule number 3, is there even a rule? Is there even a number 3? Are these even rules? These aren't really rules. These are just ways of life. That sounds weird too. These are just things to do because I've done them. That makes me sound even worse. These are just things that I've learned throughout my years of woodworking that have helped. Yeah, that sounds better. So the third thing is sander choice. You're gonna want a nice sanding machine, okay? And when they get expensive, like, over $100, you're going to call it a machine. Because if you're not going to pay, $150 for a sander, you're paying $150 for a sanding machine. Now, the really cheap, inexpensive sanders will get you through most of your jobs, hobbies, projects. But you have to understand, when you're paying a very minimal price for a sander, you can expect minimal results. So my third rule of thumb is buy a sander that has a really good rating and a really good review. What that's going to entail is that it's going to have a better orbiting pattern, it's going to be more aggressive, less aggressive, it's just going to really be an all-around good choice for you. I have some links down below of some of my favorite sanders, or shall I say sanding machines, because yes, they are expensive. Although I do have a few sanders that are a little less expensive, but still on the upper end of the less expensive sanders, if that makes any sense. What is your go-to sander? I'd love to hear in the comment section below. After the video, I'll jump down there, answer some questions if you have any. And until next time, keep on rocking with the woodworking. That was just silly. Who says that? Who says keep rocking with the woodworking?